So I'm sitting in Costa Rica thinking, what sort of projects can I do with only limited hand tools? And then Peter Brown says this.
And if you can do it on a scroll saw, you can do it with a coping saw.
I did a little exploring yesterday and I found we have a store called EPA, which is basically Home Depot, but it's across the pista, or the highway. So there's the store. We walk across the on-ramp, or off-ramp to the highway, through here, and under the railing for the stairs, through the fence, voila, and then we made it. And that's around $14. I buy a cheap tape measure, but the cheapest one is $6, and I can get this framing square for $10 more or less.
Necesita cortarlo. Oh, las medidas son.
Yeah, y so cuatro, one, two.
Okay.
Okay. Is okay? Okay, gracias. So the biggest challenge here is drilling holes without a drill. So what I've come up with is making a little punch with these brass fittings. I made a hole just fine. Well, it's pretty much broke at this point. So I have another idea for a design that doesn't need holes. So I messed around a little last night and did one more test, and this one turned out better than all the others. This is actually really strong. I feel comfortable bending it both ways, like that. So this is what I'm going with. I'm ready to lay out the actual box. So I just cut the jigsaw joints of this project and realized that this is going to be the much more challenging part of this build. Okay, there it is, all done. And it only took about an hour. Okay, all of my connections are cut. Now it's time to start the hinges. And it's at this point in the project when I wish I bought higher quality plywood. Okay, first cut. No problems. Well, I had my first break right there. So I'm gonna go get some wood glue because I have a feeling I'm gonna have more than one of these. This is it. Here we go, put it together. Now, I'm not stupid. I'm sure I'll have quite a few repairs. Start with a long grain. It's a good start. Now, the side grain. I'm not holding my hopes out. Ah, my glue spot broke again. I had two major breaks. One right here, and one down here. Well, it was a valiant effort, but I think I'm going to throw in the towel. At least with this wood, it is just snapping everywhere. So, I need to think. I think what I'm going to do is cheat just a little bit and cut off everywhere it's breaking. So cut here, cut here, cut here. That way I'm left with a cube without a top or a bottom. I will cut two new pieces to form the sides of this using the long grain that I know bends really nice and makes really nice radiuses, and just call this thing done. Okay, got the very last piece done, but I'm not even going to attempt to install it. I'm going to take everything apart, sand it, because once I get this together, I do not want to risk taking it back apart. At least not before getting it on camera. Steady as she goes. Last one. I think you got it. I got it. It's in. Okay, it's done. Look at that. I guess if Peter Brown says it can be done, it can be done. So the question is, what do I do with it now? Well, I was thinking maybe putting like a clock face or maybe a thermometer or something in one of these and make it like a functional something, but honestly it's so ugly. I don't think it's worth putting any more effort into. I think I'm happy with how it turned out. I'm glad I stuck it through till the end. I learned a lot about using a coping saw. I learned a lot about cheap plywood and investing in the right wood to begin with.
In a box. Oh, I'm gonna break it. It feels very fragile.
It is very fragile.
I don't want to touch it.
Do you like it?
It's pretty neat.
For those of you wondering what Lauren has been doing while I've been building this box, she's been reading. The most challenging part of this build actually was not the cutting itself. It was not having a place to do it. All I had was a piece of scrap wood in my lap, and I sorely missed having a bench and clamps. So don't take what you have for granted. Tell your bench and clamps that you love them tonight.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.